they call them American Patriots down there shooting at people coming over the walls in Mexico. And, I mean, it's promoting a huge racial movement. And, it's distracting the civilization, distracting the people, what's really going on, the broader agenda. Because establishment wants everybody to fight. They want everybody divided. They want to create all this diversity so they could push along their global agenda eventually to a one-world government.
Yep, and the more chaos they can create, the more laws they can create to stop the chaos.
Order out of chaos.
But those laws are actually what they wanted to begin with.
Yep.
So, exactly like you said, order out of chaos. That comes from the Order ob Chao, the Masonic slogan you can find on 33rd degree
Yep.
Freemasonic degree diplomas. So it's what they're doing. They cause all these stirs, they cause all this chaos, and then when the people react and revolt and make noise, then that's the time to usher in their new laws and eventually martial law. So it's like, it's all by design,
Oh, we got a martial law coming, and FEMA's been up here. We had a little flood up here in the Rhode Island area, but FEMA and the Department of Homeland Security has been flooding all around up here. We have reports of United Nations, a convoy of UN trucks in Pennsylvania. Why they were in Pennsylvania, I have no idea. A whole convoy of UN military trucks in Pennsylvania on the highways. It was on the Alex Jones show as well. And, it's just like you could see them setting up for martial law. And I talk to a lot of state troopers all the time. I talk to Army National Guard, and they know about the coming martial law. They've been trained for it. And a lot of them told me personally, if this goes down, I'm standing down for my orders and protecting my family and my citizens, And, there's going to be a lot of, excuse my phrase, hell breaking on earth here, when this martial law goes through. And they want the people to revolt. They want you to pick up a gun and go shoot these people because they're prepared for it. That's why they're training 14 countries military here every year, national level exercise under the FEMA. And they're preparing for martial law. They're preparing for. They got all the FEMA camps and internment camps already established.
But they're pitting us against each other.
Yep.
Well, here's the way I look at it with this. A huge portion of the population is now starting to realize that the things that are going on, these plans about martial law, this new world order, this totalitarian state that's being created, people are realizing that this is bad, and they're begging for a solution, a change. They just want peace. And I think what the New World Order is going to do, based on that longing for change, is they're going to actually seemingly provide a stop to the modern New World Order and give people what they want, a one-world utopia. It'll be the change that we all want. We're going to get rid of this New World Order. We're going to get rid of the Bush-style politics, the Obama-style politics, and we're going to present to you guys a great deal, a great, peace on earth, no more wars. We're all going to unite and make a new constitution for the world. But that's the danger right there. Once people accept that, and you can see how similar that is to, like, the Venus Project. Once people accept that and give up their Constitution and Bill of Rights, there's no certainty that you're going to get it back in a better form.
Nope.
In fact, if that kind of power exists for people, elite people controlling the whole world, they have the power to create any kind of constitution that they want. So if a utopia is proposed, like they're all saying they're going to do, all of these occultists in the UN, all of these elitists in globalist think tanks who are affiliated with the New Age and this Aquarian belief, they're going to promise you nice things, but do not believe them, because not only is there a potential that it won't work, but the Bible actually predicted that such a system would arise, and that a lot of people would fall for it, and that it would end up being a disaster. So it's just unreal to me how people cannot see through such things. That they think that utopia will be good,
Yeah, and again, they're going to propagate the whole operation. They'll use real stuff that's going on. They'll use movements that are good. Because I believe in the border should be secured and all that, the immigration problem. But they're pushing it over the top per se to start racial wars. Jesus never promoted wars; he promoted peace. Exactly. And there's peaceful ways to do it, but they're letting this happen. they love it, that the fact that these citizens want to go shoot up these Mexican people at the borders. They're salivating from the mouth over this, because people like Schumer and Graham, McCain and Lieberman get to push their tyrannical acts through the Senate and allow to be basically enslave you before you know what's going on. The next thing you're got a mandated RFID implant in your skin. It's,
right.
I mean, again, problem, reaction, solution. And if you I tell people all the time, if they understand that psychology, Hegelian dialect, you would understand and know the minds of these criminals out there, and you know what to expect. And this is, again, like you said, it's all biblical prophecy here. And it's 20 years ago when I studied biblical prophecy, and to see here right now, 20 years later, to watch it unfold like a well laid out plan, I mean, it's just so surreal. And every day I wake up, you got earthquakes going on. The last week 2 volcanoes just went off. Big fire in Canada today. All the way down here in New England, we got the smoke from Canada. And just stuff like that all over the place. Tsunamis and like wreckage earthquakes, and it's just so surreal watching biblical prophecy unfold before our eyes.
Yep. And anyone who doubts that the Bible predicts a new world order, what we see unfolding around us,
yep,
I would just say go read Revelation 13 and Revelation 17, and it gives you explicit prophecies about the leaders of the world giving their power and authority to a man who will have dominion over the whole world, a one-world system.
Yep.
And he will be seen to be God. He will be, he will have power over people. He will, have immense authority. And this, with a new world order that we see unfolding around us emerging, that could give rise to exactly what the Bible predicts would happen. And the Bible tells people to resist, what they implement, such as the mark of the beast. It tells people to resist, stop, not being able to preach and spread your message, because there's going to be persecution.
Yep.
But the point is that the Bible predicts this, and that should validate the scriptures for a lot of people and grant them belief so that they can call upon the name of the Lord Jesus and get saved.
Amen.
It's just amazing to me.
It is, and again, like when I go on these websites, I debate these evolutionists, and I tell them, it's like, what, none of us were here, so we can't account, but, well, how do you know your Bible's right? Well, the Bible, with its prophecy, is 110% dead-on accurate. So if the Bible's right about through history to prophecy to this very second, why would it lie about the beginning of the creation? And, then they try to say, well, it's not true. Well, you show me how the Bible's not true of prophecy. I mean, it's talked about all this, the nuclear bomb. Jesus says, unless I intervene, because he told us the signs to look for, you don't know the day of the hour, but look to the signs of my coming. He talked about the nuclear weapon. Unless I intervene, no flesh will be left alive. Israel becoming a nation again. It's all come to pass. The whole framework under the G20, which is meeting this month in Canada. They're trying to construct the Phoenix, the one world currency. And the whole framework of this New World Order is set up. They got the one world religion headed by the Pope under the ecumenical movement. Tony Blair's trying to push it as well. The whole TBN network, Billy Graham, Pat Robertson, all the people who claim to be Christians, all saying wide is the gate to heaven. You have Muhammad, you could go to heaven this way, that way, and not saying that
you
Jesus.
have Joel Osteen, the prosperity gospel.
Yep.
So it's just, there's so much deception,
And
just, with respect to that prophecy, the proof from prophecy, Dr. Hugh Ross did an excellent article showing how improbable these prophecies would be if they were to come naturally, and he shows with probability statistics, how true these prophecies are, and I recommend everybody to go check out his article on prophecy. It's Dr. Hugh Ross. Shouldn't be hard to find at all.
Awesome. I gotta check that out too. And take a note of that. Yeah, it's just again, it's just so surreal to watch the stuff happen, and then people all day long, oh, it's not true and it's not true. So either one, they're scared, two, they're ignorant, or three, they're scared and ignorant, and they don't want to know the truth. And I get people all the time say, try to debunk me. I'm not out to debate people. I'm telling them the truth, and what they do is up to them. But when they try to debate me, they'll go out of the way to do their research, and come to find out that I was right what I was talking about, and come back and apologize. And I tell them, don't apologize to me. You know, you found out for yourself. God bless you. You know, no apologies accepted. You know, and it's just like.
Well, we should all be striving